Hi Milers, this is Beverly of Miles and Coffee, and today I thought I would share my new find from an earlier video, and it's called Hermica. This wonderful herb that grows naturally here in actually Central America, because I'm located now in Mexico, but I also drink this wonderful Hermica, which is sort of like a tea, when I was in Guatemala. So I'm always glad to see it on the menu because it's freshly brewed. And today I thought that since I bought some from the market, I will make my own brew for the very first time. So we're in luck if I can get the bag open. Maybe I should have opened this before I started the camera because I'm doing all this with one hand. So I should have set the camera up a little bit differently. But anyhow, I will use, I don't know, this is my Instant Pot, so I like to boil everything in this because it's so clean and does everything kind of under pressure. And you know, when you cook under pressure, you retain all of the natural flavors and everything blends better and tastes better. So I'm going to use this and maybe add to it about 8 cups of water. And I just came back from a vendor who was cutting fresh sugar cane and thought, oh my goodness, that would go great in the Hermica. So this bag, which is, I would say, about maybe a half pound maybe, is 10 pesos. That's 50 cents US. So that was 10 pesos. And then right here I have still from the winter time when I was doing my hot chocolate, I made sure to buy plenty of fresh cinnamon, canela, and just kept it in a baggie. So I'm probably going to use almost half of that. Okay, I've almost got the Hermica open. I'd hate to put the camera down, but I might have to do that because I still do not have this knot undone. That was bad timing and bad thinking on my part. I just about have it perfect. Okay, so here we are. I think to the bottom of the pot, since this sugar cane is so sweet, I want to put that on the bottom. So I'm just going to pour almost all the contents of the bag. But you always want to leave a little bit of sugar cane, right? Because I can snack on that, just chew on it, and put a couple of sticks maybe in my tea tonight. I might even put a stick in my coffee because it's just a natural sweetener. So that's almost a half a pound. I just want to line the pot with the bottom of that. They almost look like potato sticks, but the man was cutting them fresh off the cane. I was so glad that he was still there in the afternoon so I could get this wonderful sugar cane to put in my Hermica. So now to the bottom of that, I will add maybe a handful of this fresh cinnamon sticks. Oh, and they still, cinnamon just always has such a nice smell. Cinnamon sticks. Okay, maybe a couple more. That's the traditional ingredient, or from my friend anyway, that always boils this and makes it here locally. A little bit more. And maybe, because this is a big, huge bag of Formica, about maybe half of this, because I'm boiling the water in a big, huge pot. So let's do maybe half a bag. Oh, boy, that smells so good. This is the dried version of the herb that grows here on the trees. Oh, and it almost smells. Someone asked me how it tastes. You'll be able to see it's like a ruby red, very deep purple almost drink when it's boiled down, and it's just so good you don't have to add anything to it. It's like an herbal tea, only I'm going to sweeten it with a little bit of caña, a little bit of sugar cane. I think that's good. I want to save a little bit of that for the next batch. I'm going to share a little bit of this with my neighbor because she invited me over to her mother-in-law who made fresh tamales today, so we like to share. Let's do a maximum because this does 6 quarts and that's not enough water. So anyway, just to get started, you see that. And so I will put the top on. Boy, that already smells good and hadn't even started boiling yet. Now I'm trying to make a maximum pot here. And to that, we're going to put that on, actually, I'd like to do saute, and I'm just going to boil it. Put it on adjust so it's very hot and let it go. Maybe 15 minutes is what my friend said. And we'll let you know when it's done. Okay, so now I've allowed all the pressure to release after 15 minutes of this wonderful herb cooking. And let's see what we have. So all the steam is released. It's safe to open. Oh, you can see all the nice steam. Look at that. You know that was water, Jamaica, and cinnamon. And on the bottom, sugar cane. Look at that. So what I'll do is scoop up a little bit and put it in a clear glass just so you can see. Now remember, this is hot. What I'll do is pour it in some recycled mineral water bottles that I've saved for this purpose so that I can put it in the refrigerator once it has cooled. I just want, that's it. That is it. Yes, that is Jamaica. That's what it looks like, almost like a raspberry color. And I'm going to take a sip of it. Oh my goodness, that is so good. It'll be even better once it's cool. Again, to me, it has almost like a raspberry-ish taste, but I can taste the back taste of the sugar cane with a slight cinnamon, not a strong cinnamon. It's not spicy at all. It's just a nice, smooth, sweet, natural tea, better than any Kool-Aid or any soda or anything like that. It's usually sipped really, really cold, but this is fresh after it's been boiled. You can see the smoke still coming up. But even warm, that would make a really nice, wonderful tea, which I think is what I'm going to do. Just drink it like while it's still warm. I think I'll enjoy it with a little bit of honey. So that is Jamaica, and I will put it in some jars. Maybe I'll even pause the video to see so you can see what it looks like when it's strained and clear, and then put it in the refrigerator. This is wonderful, natural drink. Okay, I've got an operation going here, so what I'm doing is using one of the tall cups from my NutriBullet to dip it out of the container, but as you can see, that rich color, I'm using my strainer here, my coffee plunger, to go ahead and just pour it in here, so to make it easier to put into my reusable mineral water bottles. That's what I'm going to store it in the refrigerator in. So when I drink my mineral water, I'm just keeping it so that I can put this in the refrigerator. But see that rich color? And like I say, even warm, it looks and tastes really, really special. So there you have it. Jamaica. And I think what I'll do is strain all of the herbs out and the cinnamon. Sorry, it's a little loud outside my door. And allow the rest of that wonderful, delicious beverage to soak up some of that sugar cane, which is on the bottom. I think I'll leave this until it is completely cooled. Right now it is still a little bit warm. I'm going to enjoy this cup in a teacup warm with a little honey, just to enjoy it hot. But I think for this brew, I will allow that sugar cane to continue infusing this wonderful drink with a sweet, natural flavor. So you don't need to see me strain all that. I'll just strain out the rest of that wonderful herb, strain out the rest of the cinnamon, and then later on pour the rest of this out into 2 containers, because this is 6 quarts. So basically a gallon and a half. And I'll share maybe a nice container, a 2-liter bottle with my neighbor so that she can enjoy it as well. So a gallon for me and a 2-liter bottle for my neighbor. But this is Beverly of Miles and Coffee. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and pour this wonderful brew into my favorite cup and enjoy it nice and warm. Boy, that is just amazing. With a little of my honey, and enjoy that nice and warm. Thank you, and we'll see you next time from Miles and Coffee.